This is the Texas Dirt Track Stars of Tomorrow podcast. I'm your host, Mike Fortier, coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas. This is a show where we interview and discuss the up-and-coming future legends of the Texas racing scene. So grab a cold one, kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. I think I might have opened the show without being on stage. So here we go. Sorry. Got an interesting show lined up tonight, folks. It's a little bit different, but it's something that I'm sure the younger generation is very familiar with this. There's always a lot to learn, though, and it's invaluable. This tool is called the My Race Pass app, and what we're going to be doing tonight is we have the manager of driver support from My Race Pass himself, Mr. Jeremy Peters, going to be joining us, and we're going to walk y'all through the features of this app and using the comment section, folks. Ask your questions. Absolutely no problem. We're going to let this show go wherever it goes, which is what we typically do. So check out this little video intro, and then we'll introduce you to Jeremy.
Welcome to the My Race Pass app, the #1 app for motorsports fans. We want to make sure you get the most out of your My Race Pass app experience. With your new free account, you can use the My Race Pass app to see race day information, including event entries and official lineups and results for over 600 organizations across North America. You can also see track information and purchase online event tickets for select tracks. With your free account, you can also search for a track or series on the My Race Pass app and favorite their profile to receive news and race day notifications on your mobile device. To see more information and to see which app subscription is best for you, be sure to visit getmrpapp.com. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Okay, there you go. So, folks, those of you that have the app installed on your smartphone, if you're able to pull that app up and follow along with us, that would be great. If you can't because you're watching this video on there, I get it. But whatever, you're more than welcome to do that. Open up your app, follow along. So, stop running my yap here. Here's our My Race Pass driver support manager from My Race Pass, Jeremy Peters. Come on, Jeremy.
How are you, Mike?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, I know that this was kind of, I guess we talked about doing this a week ago, but man, I do appreciate you fitting this all in because I think it's could be really interesting.
No, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. This will be my first podcast, so bear with me. And I'm also our air conditioning's out of my house right now, so it's about 80 degrees in my room, so I'm a little warm.
Yeah, I'd say so. So let's not get too heated up, guys, right?
Right, yeah.
Just keep it down. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask how things going for you. Good?
Good. We've had a pretty good season here. I hang out at I-37 Speedway quite a lot, and we've had a good year.
I got you.
Yep. We've been using My Race Pass and Westhold timing for a long time, and believe me, not without struggles.
I hear you. That's awesome. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier in the show how you guys are thinking about using our online tickets and maybe a ticket map. So that'd be awesome to get you guys more involved with all of our features.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So what I can do here is I'm going to bring up the app.
All right.
Hopefully y'all can see that. Let's see. This is the opening screen, I believe. Isn't it, Jeremy?
Yep, that's when you pull it up.
Okay, so I'm going to
That's one of our newer features in the app, the Near Me. So basically, if you have your location turned on, it'll pull up any track. You can set the mileage to wherever you want it to. I think it goes up to 100 miles, but that's one of our newer features where you can pull up the tracks that are near you rather than having to search the ones. If you're at an event and you don't want to have to search every time, it's a little bit handier to use the Near Me feature, or filter, I should say.
right. Yep. Let me know where you'd like me to go, and we'll go there.
Absolutely. So we can go through the app. I was going to do a little introduction about myself. My name's Jeremy Peters. My race pass is actually located in Lincoln, Nebraska, but I'm based out of Bloomington, Illinois. Some of you might be familiar with Ben Shelton, but I worked for Ben Shelton about 8 years, and then when My Race Pass bought MSR Mafia, I came with him to My Race Pass. So we've actually been working for My Race Pass for about 3 years, and I handle all the driver stuff. We have our track side support, our fan support, and then our driver support, and that's mainly what I handle. But as far as the app, yeah, we can go through that. I was going to mainly talk about the 3 or 4 different features that we work for with help out our drivers, but the app's one of the main points. I mean, the first thing I guess we could go through is just all the different features. If you wanted to pull up Heart of Texas Speedway, since they're running the Mod Wars 100 this weekend, that'd probably be the best.
Well, I got it tagged right down here, so there we go.
So yeah, the big thing would be, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with My Race Pass, but the app itself is free. If you're just going with the free subscription, you can view all the results, you can view entries, you can view lineups, and if you wanted to pay, it's either $7.99 a year if you just want to get the basic live timing, which just comes with a live timing, and then we have an enhanced plan, which is the all access, which comes with live timing, and then also has fantasy racing if you're interested in fantasy racing, just playing along with your friends at the track. But if you're just on the basic subscription where you're not paying for anything, you can click on an event here, like we're seeing here at Heart of Texas, the Mod War. They ran last night, but this would be today's event. You can click through here. It looks like you have all access, so you could hop on there and you could play some fantasy racing. Looks like this track uses puts their agenda in their event description, which makes things a lot easier for all the drivers at the track, so they can tune in the pits and see what event's up, and then go back to their agenda and see how much farther they got until they race.
Yeah, this is really good. This is good. There's a lot of detail here. It's all in one place.
Yeah, we're toying around with it. It's nothing we're going to release, or we have planning on releasing right now, but we've been toying around with more notifications to where if you're entered into a specific class at an event, maybe you'll get a notification that says you need to head to staging or something along those lines, just to make it easier for the drivers in the pits.
Gotcha. That's something that maybe we can touch on a little bit later, is how to get notifications and how that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, that's one of our things that we've been working on a lot lately, is our driver notifications. We can talk about it right now, actually. So if you go back to your other screen, if you go back one, it looks like you've already favorited that track. So what that means is whenever they turn on their live timing for the night, you're going to get a notification that says this event has started. Whenever Heart of Texas puts out a news release on Monday or Tuesday, if they put out a news release just going over this Mod Wars event, then you'll get a notification through your app that states what the notification's about, what the article's about, and you can go through and read the article. And then the same goes for driver profiles. That drivers, you can tell all your fans to favorite your profile, and then if you do utilize your MRP profile to add news, you will send an automatic notification to your fans if they favorite your profile when you post a news result.
Now, these notifications will, if you have an iPhone, for instance, I don't know about Androids, but an iPhone, you need to allow notifications from this.
Correct.
From My Race Pass, correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
And they will, depending on how you've got your phone set up, they will automatically appear on your screen, no matter what you're doing. You don't have. Yeah,
yep, you're correct. I'm a little opposite. I'm an Android guy, so I'm not too familiar with the Apple. But I know for Android, you can go in and go to your notification settings, and you can go through each one of your apps and enable or disable notifications for each app. So as long as you have them enabled for My Race Pass, then whatever profiles you favorite, whether it's a track, whether it's a series, whether it's a driver, you'll get notifications. Like I have the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series favorite, so whenever they started racing tonight at Knoxville, I got a email note or a notification in my app saying racing has started at Knoxville.
Yep. Another thing this does, Jeremy, I believe, is if the track, as the track makes changes to the schedule, let's just say tonight's been rained out.
Yep.
And they go in and change that race status from active, if you will, to rained out. You'll get that notification automatically.
Nope, you're exactly right. You can, whether you postpone it or reschedule it or cancel it, as long as whoever favorites that profile, whoever favorites that track profile will get a notification alerting them that it's been rained out. So you don't have to go and look on Facebook or check a Twitter or a social media feed to find that information. Right. As long as you're favoriting the profile and the track is updating that event in enough time, you'll get a notification about it.
Correct. Nice.
So yeah, if you want to click on today's event, we can just go through some of the features. I'm assuming a lot of people know how the app works, but we can give a little run through.
Sure. Don't forget, folks, comment any of your questions.
Yeah, I can answer any questions we have. It looks like they're not using it right now, but one of our newest features released recently is our audio. So basically, tracks can elect to run their audio that's going on at the track through the MRP app. So there's a lot of tracks that are already starting to utilize that feature, and we were getting a lot of positive feedback about how easy it is to set up and just how helpful it is for people in the stands who can't hear because the cars are too loud, or drivers in the pits that are trying to tune in to see what's going on at the track.
Yes, and that's a feature that I know a lot of tracks have talked about. We've talked about it. It's cool stuff. So basically, it's something that the track has to essentially enable.
Yep.
That
they'll just need to reach out to us about it. We can turn it on for them since it's kind of a newer feature.
Yep. And then is there a fee for the drivers or for the user to?
As long as you're on the all access plan, which is the live timing, the fantasy racing, you'll get that. It comes with that plan.
That's nice. Sweet.
And I don't know if there's any promoters listening. I know this is mainly driver feature revolving around drivers, but we do have like a geo fence set up to where if a promoter doesn't want to use audio because they don't want people to sit at home and listen to the broadcast rather than come in and support the event, the promoter can set that geo fence to like 2.5 miles, or they could even set it to a half mile, so no one outside of a half mile can listen to that audio. Okay. So if he just wants a promoter to listen, that wants their fans to listen to it at their facility, then he has that ability to do so.
And suppose that's not limited. How far is it going? I mean, if I go up to another racetrack, can I listen to?
Yeah, it just depends on the settings that they all have matched up. You can set it to where people within the region can't hear it, or you can set it to when people outside the region can hear it. So that's one of the main things we focus on before we release the features, is set that geofencing up, because we knew there would be some promoters that don't want to think. We don't want them to think that this is taking fans out of the seats.
Gotcha. Yep.
So yeah, if we just go through the bottom there, since we're on the September 19th event, you can go down, see all your entries. You can see your points if you want. You can see their upcoming events. You can see here they have the 2 more events, obviously the Friday and Saturday. But if you're interested in tickets, you could click on one of those events and you can actually buy tickets from the app. And then down below there, yep, you just follow along here. And down at the bottom there on the bottom bar is, you can scroll over to lineups. You can view all the lineups for all the different classes. Looks like they haven't posted the lineups yet. So once the lineups are posted, you'll be able to tune in on those, and then they're probably not racing yet, so we won't be able to view the results. But the other bars, or the other options, there are results. You can view the results, the fantasy racing, if you're interested in fantasy racing and playing along at the track, staying engaged with the action. You can
not to interrupt, but
I see what's going on. We're on the
wrong date.
Yeah, we're on the wrong date. We're on tomorrow's date.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's pretty late for...
So I know they're running. I know they got stuff happening right now. But...
All right, yeah, there you go. Now you're on 9/19. So if you just click lineups.
Gotcha.
There we go. Yep, now we got all the lineups. So you can go back and view all...
view all. So these are all...
Yep, these are all in the Outlaw Modifieds. So it looks like we have the qualifying lineups just the way they went out for qualifying, and then below that,
so they got Yeah. So they
will
got
have
three.
all your heat lineups.
Right.
And then once they get through the heats and they have the B mains or the A mains generated, they'll be posted here as well.
Right. And if I don't like that grid,
And go to the list. Yep, absolutely.
list them. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and then if you want to thumb over to the results down at the bottom there.
I'll go to that same class.
Yep, so we got our Outlaw modified still. Looks like they're probably still on heat races. No beep features have been completed yet, but if you go down, looks like they've completed qualifying, and looks like there was a 1 or 2 heats completed. So if you ever wanted to go back and view all those.
So those are the results of or the qualifying group 1. Correct?
Yep. Yeah, and if there's any drivers listening right now, you can actually, if you're a driver and you want to just click on your name, you could click on one of those drivers and it's going to pull up his results for the tonight. And then if the feature lineup was already generated, he could come in here and he'll be able to see where he was starting in the feature. Has your pill draw, your transponder, and all that up there.
Right. Yep. Fans too can see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Check on your favorite driver and keep up to date with them.
Yep.
Your fantasy. I'm not sure if you want to go over fantasy. We can go over fantasy.
Yeah, we've our track announcer Chris Workman has been at I-37 again. I'm trying not to make this about I-37, but
no, you're good.
Just habit. Our track announcer has been running a little fantasy program.
Okay.
So yes, definitely.
Yeah, we just created that to keep the fans engaged at the track. I mean, we know we're all victim to always being on social media. So instead of being on social media at the track, we wanted fans to be engaged in the event. So we just kind of created fantasy. Since we've already had a heat started, none of the fantasies open, so we're not going to be able to go and look at the matchups. But basically, whenever a track posts their heat lineups, that automatically generates the fantasy lineups. So yeah, you can go back and see how everyone's doing right now. Looks like Racer 9's in the lead. Basically, essentially how it is it depends on how many entries are at the track, but usually there'll be 3 drivers to choose from, and you just want to pick which one will finish higher in the night. And then usually there's probably, like, depending on the car count, there's like 5 to 10 matchups per class.
Okay, sweet.
And then the last one would just be our live timing, which is a big hit. You can go through and watch all the live timing that's on the track, or if you want to go back and check out some more detailed results of a heat that's already been ran tonight, you can scroll down there and look through all those. But yeah, if you wanted to view what's on the track right now, you'd click the connect where you're at.
And not to minimize this, but I know a lot of folks, myself included, that will watch the broadcast on Race On and follow along with my race pass timing. Live timing especially is really cool.
Absolutely.
If you've got if you're watching qualifying, you can pull this up and know more about it than most anybody else knows. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely stay engaged. I was gonna say this is taking a while to load. I want to see if it's working on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about our luck. It looks like I'm getting the spinning wheel as well.
Let me.
But if you want there, you can go down that Mod War Showdown. I can show some of our features that maybe some users don't really know about.
Come back to that. Yep.
So not only can you view the race by timing, if you wanted to see Terry Phillips where he was running this entire race, you can actually click on his name and then click that upwards caret there. You can go and check and see where he was at on every single lap.
That's cool.
So it looks like he was in second for this entire 15 lap showdown. And then also, if you wanted to see if there's any different lap leaders who led this lap, you can go up to where it says unofficial results, and you can change your filter to all these different features. So we have your lap leaders, your average lap time, your position gained, and your best lap.
Yep. Best lap is something that's always cool.
Yeah.
A lot of guys. How did I compare? Who had the fast lap in that heat race or
Right.
feature? This is where you go find it, sort it by best.
Yeah, I'd say the feature I utilize the most is definitely the lap leaders, because you can go back and see who led each lap. Kind of gives you more of a story of how the race went. It looks like John led every lap here, but if Terry maybe led laps 7 through 10, it would show that here, and you'd be able to get a better understanding of how the race went.
Let's go look at a different.
And another.
No, I'm on the same one, I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's actually a different one. It just looks like they're both flag to flag wins, because it was John Worthington, I think, that won the second one.
Yeah. Okay.
Another feature I don't know a lot of fans know about is that plus sign up there. You can stay on this event. Yep, you can get a little more detailed information on your on that view, rather than having to open that other view where it's going to block some of the guys on the screen.
Yes.
So you got your last time, your best time, and then your difference off of the leader.
I have a question here. When you're watching a race live timing, this bar over here will keep changing. It'll go from green up here, green down there. What's that telling you?
I think that's when they're crossing the line.
The position change.
So that's when. Well, no, it'll update when they cross the line again. So it's just when it restarts the time. So once they cross the loop, it's just showing the green, that driver technically got the green flag then.
Okay, good. That answers that. Yep.
Let me check, see if our live timing's still acting up or not. It's possible they're like in intermission right now. That might not be why it's not loading, but
very strange.
I basically went through most of our features there for our live timing and all the different filters you can use to get a better understanding how the race went.
Right.
Let
me connect here. If it's not working for you, it's probably. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, that's working now. It just pulled up on my phone. So yeah, it's looking like these guys just hit the track. That's why there's no laps left, but they're probably just taking their pace laps.
Okay. Yep. So showdown 4, and this is not necessarily the lineup, is it? Or is
no? It's probably getting close since they're probably taking their pace laps right now. It might be the lineup. If it's not, I'm sure they're getting alerted in their receiver that they need to move back or move forward, because I'm sure they're trying to get them lined up.
So it's how they're crossing the loop.
Yep, that's exactly where this information's pulling from. It's just pulling it from the loop when they cross over the loop.
And this flag designates that we're not under caution, we're not under green.
Correct.
We haven't started yet.
Yep, since it's gray, it's just grayed out, meaning we're just waiting to start. But yeah, if we were to get a yellow, you'd see a yellow, and then obviously last lap you'll get a white flag, and then your checkered flag.
Right. Now, let's talk about something else here while we're on this screen. This system in general, My Race Pass system is talking to the Westhold system, which is talking to the loop, which is talking to the transponder on the car.
Correct.
That's kind of how this
nailed it. Yeah, so all we're basically doing is we're just displaying that information from Westhold. So whatever you see in Westhold is that's the information we're getting. So there's really no other way that something in Westhold's going to be different than what you see in the MRP app.
Correct. So what you see from time to time are no driver name. It'll say missing.
Yeah.
Car number.
Right there, missing data.
Explain that to us.
My guess is a transponder fell off, or they're having transponder issues. I don't know if you're familiar with the Boone Super Nationals, but I was there for 7 days, and with over 1,000 entries, it can be tricky to make sure all those transponders are working. And I was actually hanging out with the My Laps guys about the whole week, and they would always get messages on the radio saying, "Hey, 56H's transponder's not working." So we would run over there on the golf cart to the guy's trailer and figure out the issue and get that updated.
Yep.
Or if it wasn't working, we'd give them a new transponder.
It's critical.
Yep, there's a lot going on, especially that event. Over 1,000 entries, and they race from 2 to midnight every night, sometimes later. It's pretty.
Yeah. So transponders are absolutely critical, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it's a pet peeve of mine because I have spent so much time on issues related to transponders not picking up, not reading.
Yeah.
And it's
it can be frustrating, but if we're seeing the missing data, it's more than likely they're having a transponder issue.
Yep. Okay. So we're in lap 5. Right? We're under green, running lap 5.
Yep, we're on lap 5, staying green. Looks like Lance Marie has been leading this for the most part. He's almost leading by 2 seconds.
Yep. Now, while this race is running,
yep, you can go to your lap leaders.
We can see, Lance.
Or his best lap, or you can, while the race is running, you can also click on either of those competitors and see where they were at for every single lap, get a more detailed view. So like Jason, yep, he looks like you'd have to click the upwards arrow to get all the way to the bottom, but it looks like he's been running 4th the entire race.
Right. We can also, if we wanted to, lap leaders so far.
Yeah, it won't show here, but if you close out, it'll show. Yeah, if you zoom down, if you move that down, you'll be able to see. It looks like Lance Marie's led all 9 laps, so
okay, gotcha.
You'd have to close out over there to the right to be able to see that better.
I'm with you.
Yep, there you go. So yeah, we haven't had the best luck. Oh, it looks like the yellow just popped out, so that's why you see the flag.
All right. Yep.
But if these last few races, it looks like the leaders led every lap, so we haven't been able to show you how that works actually. But
if I had Race On running, I could see this, but keep in mind there's a lag.
Yeah, it's possible there's a delay.
Yeah,
a lot of live stream broadcasters will put a delay on their stream.
Right.
That's pretty normal, pretty common.
Yep.
But that's one feature one cool thing about our audio feature is there's not much to delay if you're listening on the track, or if you're at the track and you're listening to the announcer via the MRP audio. There's not much of a delay, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Do you want to trying to figure out what else to talk about here?
I mean, yeah, you can leave that event up and we can see if we have any answer or anyone having questions, but I was going to talk about some of the features or some of the things that we do for drivers all out there. One of our big ones is our websites. We have all sorts of different disciplines. We have Ricky Thornton Jr., who runs a late model. We have Ryan Timms, who's running a 410 sprint car and a midget. He's focusing on the midget this year. We have a couple guys that run Cars Tour events. We are pretty much all over, but basically we have driver websites where some of them have a small little news feed, have their schedule on there. They can keep their fans updated with their previous results, similar to their MRP profile. And then they can also post their upcoming schedule so their fans can keep up to where they're going. A lot of guys sell merch off their websites. So that's one of our big features is our websites. And that's mainly what me and Ben brought over from MSR Mafia. That was our specialty, was building driver websites. And then we came on board with My Race Pass, and that's mainly what we head up.
How does the apparel or the merchandise program work for?
Good question. So our MRP dropshipper program it's a little bit different than a lot of programs. It's kind of geared more towards the smaller race teams teams that don't want to buy in bulk, but essentially we have 3 different tier levels. We have a $75 tier level, a $150 tier level, and a $300. And basically what you're paying for us to design it. And then we take care of the sales of the shirt. We'll build an e-commerce storefront for you, so you can hand that link out to your fans, and your fans can purchase all sorts of stuff. They can put that design on a t-shirt. They can put it on a hoodie. They can put it on a long sleeve. They can put it on a canvas tee. We even have tank tops. And essentially we take care of the design. We take care of the orders. We ship it to your fan. And then based off the item that your fan bought, we deposit a profit into your account. So if you want, actually, you could go to trying to think of one that I could show you real quick. Yeah, if you want to bring up the search bar there.
Search bar. Where am I? Search bar.
Just the top left, the MRP logo.
Oh, gotcha.
And you just want to search for a driver. His name's Tyler, Tyler.
Wait a minute. Tyler. Tyler.
And then Millwood, Mill. I think I'll show up after you get to the mill. Maybe not. Millwood, Wood. Okay. All right. Click on his profile. So Tyler, he has 2 different t-shirts on his driver profile. So if you scroll down here, you can go to his merchandise and click on view store.
Excuse me.
Your fans would be able to come to your MRP profile, and then they could come in and view all your merchandise items. So if you click on one of those t-shirts, it'll take you to his actual storefront. And like I was mentioning earlier, we have all these different options you can use. You can put on a long sleeve, hoodie, t-shirts, canvas tees, V-necks. And then we have, if you scroll down a little bit farther, you have all those different colors your fans can choose from, and then all the different sizes.
Wow.
And if you're like Tyler, for instance, he doesn't have to do anything. All he did was pay for the one-time payment to launch his storefront. And whenever people make purchases, all his profits will go into his account. So it's kind of geared more towards the smaller teams rather than like a Ricky Thornton Jr. who's selling a crazy amount of merch.
So what's a typical upfront cost for a driver to start to have you all design a t-shirt and start selling it? What's he have to do? What's he need to do?
Well, the cheapest option would be the $75 one, which we call a jersey shirt. Basically, it just has your name on the back and then your number on the front. It's very simple to like a crew shirt. That's $75, and you just got to be on a driver plan, which is $9 a month or $72 a year. And that's all it's costs. Once your fans start making purchases off your storefront, you would start getting your profits. You're seeing your profits. And
now, how many purchases am I entitled to? Or how many sales am I entitled to?
You can sell as much as you want, but I will tell you the t-shirts, the base price, you can actually adjust the cost of your t-shirts, and that would increase your profits. But the base price for a t-shirt, you'll make $5 off a t-shirt. I think it's $9 profit off of a hoodie. So if you get a $75 an order for the jersey shirt, it doesn't take much to get your money back.
Gotcha.
And you don't have to worry about any of the sales. You don't have to worry about having too much stock that you're not going to sell. Basically, we take care of all that, and then
so it's custom, kind of like a made to order, yep, so to speak. Customer. So for $75 plus a small monthly fee for the storefront usage.
Yep.
I push people to my race pass, to my profile, push them down to my store, get them to buy a shirt. And I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. Yeah, I was talking to a dad earlier this year about this, and he was saying he struggles with, he gives away too many free t-shirts.
Yeah.
So he really liked it because he said if someone wants a t-shirt, I can just send them the link rather than they come up and bother me in the pits afterwards and asking to bum a t-shirt. I could just say, if you want a shirt, you can go here and you can buy that shirt.
Okay. This is cool. what other types of merchandise can I deal with?
You probably won't be able to find any detail or any examples on the app, but we have hero cards. Those are pretty popular. We can design all sorts. We have 3 different sizes. I think it's 3x5, 8.5 by 11, and I missed 5x7 in there. So we have 3 different sizes, and then it just depends on quantity wise what the pricing will boil down to.
You do the artwork?
Yep, we do all the artwork. We just need we would need your graphics package just so we can accurately display all your sponsors and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're interested in hero cards, you can email support at MyRacePass, or you can email directly at jeremy.peters@MyRacePass, and we can talk about it.
Okay. No, obviously those aren't things that customers buy from a store. Those are cards you order up to 50, 500 or whatever you want.
Yep, and then we'll ship them to you.
To me, and then they're mine.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we have a lot of positive feedback about those. A lot of our drivers or a lot of our clients like the stock that we use and just the quality of the print.
Right. Yep.
But those are our main ones. Our dropship apparel program, our websites, and then our hero cards.
Okay. Can we, if we're done with this subject, Jeremy, can we talk a little bit about online ticketing?
Yeah.
And in other words, maybe just walk somebody through a little bit of what they would see if they go to this app to buy tickets for an event. Now, tickets can include whatever the track promoter has set up, but it can include general admission tickets. It can include tickets for children, tickets for pit pass.
Yep, absolutely.
And so you could buy your pit pass online in advance, and your tickets. So let's just walk through that a little bit, because it's a feature that will become more and more valuable.
Right. I think I can answer any of the questions you have. Chris Krug, he's mainly our track support guy, but I think I'll be able to handle it. But I think the best idea would be if you just want to go back and search East Alabama Motor Speedway. They're getting ready to run their big weekend this weekend, and they use a lot of our features, so I can walk you through it via their profile. But yeah, you do have the ability to purchase tickets through the MyRacePass app.
Come on, Mike. Oh,
no, I think there's an extra space. Wants to be a pain.
I'm not seeing my cursor.
There we go.
Okay. We'll go any further.
So yeah, if you're interested in going to East Alabama this weekend, you just pull up their app. You see they're running right now, so you can buy tickets, get tickets. You could click the tickets right there, or you can go find your date. So September 19th, buy tickets.
Okay.
And this is one of our newer features that has become very popular, our ticket map. So tracks can go in there and they can have us design a ticket map of their facility, similar to what you see like on Ticketmaster. If you're wanting to go to a football game or something, they'll have the entire layout of that football stadium. We have the entire layout of the whole facility. So some tracks they'll have a ticket map just for their bleachers. Some tracks will have a ticket map where they'll have their pits, and they'll have pit stalls. They'll sell their pit stalls via their ticket map. So it looks like East Alabama here. They do have pit stalls because you have your race trailer parking down there. But yeah, if you were to, you just click on that on the map, you'll be able to browse around here. If you hover over items, so you have your pits up there, your general camping, your reserved camping. I think a lot of this stuff might be turned off since it's for today, but just gives you an idea of all the stuff we do. And then, yeah, you have all your different sections there, your A, B, C, D. Those are your actual bleacher spots. So if you click on one, it looks, I think they'll probably have them all turned off since it's running right now. But if they were available, those would be highlighted, and you'd be able just to click on the one that you wanted, and you could buy your online ticket before you get to the event.
Just like going to a concert.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, just another way for promoters to.
So the final process though is once I buy my ticket here, I need a credit card, bank card, correct?
Yep.
To pay for it.
Correct.
There's a small service fee.
Yeah,
You guys still
it's
do
not
that?
very much. It's a small percentage, probably less than what Ticketmaster and all those guys charge. But
Correct.
after you, so I was going to try pulling it up on my phone here. So after you were to place that order, you're going to get an email saying you bought tickets, blah, blah, blah. You'll get your stub on there that you can use at the track. But then you can also, if you go up to the MRP up there, the three button, yep. And you can scroll down to all the way down to tickets. They'll show up there as well. So you click your tickets and you go to my orders. It would show up there.
Okay. Very cool. Now, I got to keep in mind that this can be used for a pit pass. It can be considered a ticket.
Yep, absolutely.
That's important.
Yep, that would just show up on your detailed description.
Yep.
And then most tracks actually, they have barcode scanners, which speeds up the process to where all you would do is show that email of your barcode, and then they scan that. And
okay, so that's the next question I had. You don't have to print the ticket at home.
You can, or you can just use it on your app.
Okay.
And then a new feature that we just released probably within the last month is mobile ticketing, to where a facility can print off this big QR code, and they can put that on their ticket box or a ticket stand outside the ticket shack.
Mm-hmm.
And fans can come up, take a picture of that, and they can buy their ticket at the event. And it's a pretty quick process. I've done it myself.
Sweet. So what is it? A QR code?
Yep, it's just a QR code, and if a track has multiple gates, they're allowing people in. They can have, it's just a piece of paper. They can just stick one of those all over their gates. And I've done it myself. Our dev team made us all test it out, and it took us all. I mean, it takes you probably less than 3 minutes to order a ticket. So that just speeds up the process.
So once I scan that on my phone, where does it bring me? What am I?
It'll bring you to the track you're at, their ticket storefront, basically. So if you wanted a pit pass or a general admission ticket, you're going to have your options there to pick which one you want.
I also buy tickets for the next race or any race I want.
Absolutely. As long as the tracks posted tickets for their events, you can buy them whenever.
Not just tonight's. Okay.
Yep, that's correct.
And okay. So the customer's footing the cost here with this. Well, as I'm noticing, shipping and service. I mean, what is the shipping? Why is that?
It looks like this was an invoice for a Cotton Bowl Speedway T-shirt.
Oh, okay. Normally,
this was one of your previous order. It looks like you bought a T-shirt from them.
Right. There'd be no shipping involved in a ticket.
Yeah.
But there would be a service fee.
Yep.
And that is how much?
$2,
$3.
It depends on the cost of the ticket.
Okay.
It's a percentage. It might be 4%, but I don't know if that's 100% accurate. That'd be a Chris Krog question.
No, that's fine. But it's not costing the track anything to do this. Got you. Okay. All right. Questions, anybody? Feel free. Let's talk about registration. What about there's two things here I guess I'd like to touch upon. One is if the track has an annual license fee or annual registration fee, you got to pay each season to race with us for the season.
Yep.
So there's a registration process that a track can set up to do that.
Correct. Yeah, you can do that all through the app.
And the other common type of registration would be to register for this Saturday night's race as an entry, to pay an entry fee, right?
Yep, you can have specific event registrations. Like I was just mentioning, I was at Boone Speedway for 7 days. So as you can imagine, trying to clock in all 1,000 of those entries a headache. But thankfully, that's been going on so long on My Race Pass that a lot of those drivers pre-register for that event. Since we're helping with all the registrations and the check-ins and making sure all the drivers have their hard cards, that just speeds up the process.
Yeah, and that's another question. I talk about hard cards, but let's go through a typical race registration process that the driver would experience.
So yeah, it'd be hard. I mean, it'd be hard to. I'm trying to think if I know of any tracks that currently have a registration up. We could walk through it, but I don't think I know.
That's okay.
But all registrations would be different. They're all going to have like different forms or different questions or different information that tracks are going to be seeking. But basically, you would be able to just go to an event in your MRP app. As long as the track uses MRP, they'll have a registration form that you can fill out, and then you can pay that registration. So once you get to the track on race day, it's just going to speed up the process. And hard cards kind of plays in line with that. So basically, some tracks use it, some tracks don't. It makes a lot more sense that like the Tulsa Shootout's another event I go to where you have your almost 1,000 entries. Boone Super Nationals, they have 1,000 entries. So basically all that does is after you register and you go in and you got to do your draw. When you do your draw, the scorer there is just going to ask if you have your hard card. And they'll require it because if you don't have your hard card, they send them to me and I make you a new hard card. But basically, you just scan that hard card and it's going to pull up all your information. So then the scorer can just set up the draw to where you click the button and you get your draw number. So basically, all that does is just speed up the line. And one thing I don't think a lot of drivers know is if you go back up to your MRP settings there, you can actually view your hard card within the app. So as long as you've claimed your MRP profile, if you scroll all the way down to MRP cards, you probably won't have any. Oh, you do have one. There you go. So it looks like you claimed Larry's profile. So basically, if you click on Larry's profile, it's going to pull up his hard card. And if you're at a track that utilizes hard cards, you would just use that, and it would.
So this
rather than.
It's not a card you carry in your wallet. It's a card that's.
Well, no, we do tracks. All tracks that actually want to use hard cards, we provide them with a box to where they'll give out to a driver. And it is a card you can put in your wallet, but you can also get it on your phone.
Okay.
So you can use both.
Okay.
And it might not make sense for your Saturday night track where you're just racing on the weekend because the scorer might know who you are, so they can type your name in real quick. But when you're at an event with 1,000 entries, and there's a 100-person line for draw, that scorer, he just wants you to swipe that hard card because he doesn't have to search your name and look through the database of all the different drivers. All he has to do is set it up, say swipe your card. You swipe your card, it pulls up all your information.
Right. Cool. Okay.
And all you have to do to get that is just claim your profile.
Okay.
And I don't know if.
And how does a driver get the actual card?
Well, technically the only way to get it is the physical hard card. It would just to be race at a track that utilizes the hard card system. If your track doesn't use it and you think they should, and I mean, you could reach out to us and we could send them a box and see if we can get them on board because it just speeds up the process for everyone.
What do we do? Print them ourselves? Print the
no, it's like an actual kind of like an ID. So I don't think I have my wallet on me. I have some hard cards, but I don't have any on me right now at the moment. But yeah, it's the same size as like an ID. It's just a little piece of plastic card that has your barcode on the back. But the hard card within your app's the exact same.
How do we get the barcode on the back? How do we get the barcode on the card?
What's that?
How does the track get the barcode on the
so basically we would just send you a box of like 500, I think comes in one. And it's just the barcode's already on there and they're just not registered to anyone. So that's one thing your promoters can do is you go into your race management, and if you click on your entries, that's one of the options is assign a hard card. So you just need a barcode scanner, assign a hard card, and you would just scan your hard card and it would assign it to that specific driver.
Gotcha. Okay. We probably want to think about wrapping this up here pretty quick, but I haven't seen any questions come in. You sure y'all don't have questions? It's going to be too late to ask them if you watch this thing after it's been recorded.
Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, you can always email support@myracepass.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us, because there's usually about 5 to 10 eyeballs that are constantly monitoring support at My Race Pass to make sure we get everyone's questions answered.
Right. Well, good. I've learned a lot, and
I'm glad.
hopefully others have as well. I think, I think some tracks, including us, we're using the lineup monitor in the pit area.
Yep.
So for those that don't have this app, they can see that they can find their lineups. Just come on over and look at it on our big screen. But
yeah, we actually had
see the same information.
It's a little bit different, but we actually just had someone, a promoter, email in tonight about our announcer screen. I don't know if a lot of people know about that or not, but
right.
This kind of plays off the drivers why it's important to add info to your bio, because a lot of track announcers are using your MRP profile to read info off of. So if you have information on your MRP profile, that announcer the track you're racing at, that announcer is going to be able to announce all your sponsors. But the point I was getting to is tracks that utilize MRP, the promoters have an option to go in there and view that announcer screen. And basically all the entries that are running that night, they can just click on one of the entries and it'll pull up their MRP bio. So it just makes it easier for them to see more info about the drivers and all their sponsors.
All right. They'll have the sponsors, their winnings, or their.
Yep. You can put anything on there.
Top fives, top tens, you name it.
Right.
It's all going to be in there with access.
Yeah. When I was at Boone 2 weekends ago, I had a mom come up to me and she's like, I never realized how important it was to put information in my son's bio or any of his sponsors, but he was in the fan zone earlier, and Jerry Fanzickel, who's an announcer for the Super Nationals, he's always on MRP. She's like, he was reading all this different information for all these different drivers, and then when they came to my son, they didn't have any information on there, so they didn't really talk about it. I'm like, well, that's another reason why putting that information on there is pretty important.
There you go. There's that connection that so many people don't even think about. But
absolutely,
yeah, it's out there for a reason. It's getting used. That's for sure. Well, okay, I can't. Jeremy, unless something. Yeah, I think keeping your bio information filled in and is good. I always like to see a profile picture of the driver on that profile page, but it's your choice, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're cutting out a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of you, but
interesting.
Oh, there we go. Now we're good.
Yeah, I've had this issue with this mic. I don't know what the heck's up, but anyway,
it pretty much worked the entire time. So it's just
good. But yeah, bio information critical. I like to see a profile picture of the driver of your.
Yep, that's another big thing. Is
not your car, you personally.
Yeah, we tell driver either way, because sometimes when you're racing at a different track and a scorer is trying to find out which profile is yours, that's one reason why we like telling people to put their cars in their profile, because if you have like if your number's 45 and the scorer is trying to figure out which profile is yours, if you have that big 45 car in your profile, it's a little easier, but any picture helps them out for sure. And then making sure you have a hometown listed by your name is another key one.
Right. Yep. Well, listen, bud, I do appreciate it more than you can imagine.
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked me to be on.
I'm glad you took the time. I think that sorry. I think this kind of information is it kind of goes. There's a lot here that doesn't ever really get explained to drivers, I don't think,
right.
or fans for that matter.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right.
You typically, I mean, and I'm guilty of this too. If I've got something new, a new app, and I got something I want to use it for, I figure out how to make it work for that purpose, and the rest of it I don't really care about. But because I don't have the time or I don't have an interest, and looking at all of the other features that are available to me. But once I see that, then it's like, well, crap, man. I wish I'd have known this was there all along.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely one thing we struggle with, is just getting our fans and our users to understand all the different features we have. But we've been working on it. We send out tips and tricks to a lot of promoters just to give them a better idea of all the features we have and all of the newest features that we've released.
Yeah. How does a typical user keep up with that, though? I mean, your promoters aren't going to probably, for the most part, take time to communicate to the drivers on MRP features.
A good way is if you can actually go into the Google Play Store or the Android App Store, or the Android App Store, the Apple App Store, and there will be like a newest features option. So that would be something you have to do in like your actual storefront. You're not going to be able to find that in your app. I think we do. Yeah, we do. So if you click the MRP settings again and you scroll down, we have a what's new option right there. And that's going to take you to the
account and settings.
No, right below that. Yep, right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep.
You're good. So that just takes us to it's actually our support line, but this kind of explains all of our newest features. Your filter events, that's one of the ones I went over tonight, like your lap leaders and all your different stuff.
This is good.
So this is one spot where you can keep up with the newest features. The announcer audio feeds, that's our newest feature right now. So that kind of explains how that works.
Yep. Huh, cool. I didn't even know that was out there. Son of a gun.
Yep. I'll let Chris know you guys are thinking about it at I-37, and maybe he can talk to you about announcer audio and how all that stuff works.
Right. We're going to, I'll be talking with him for sure. We've got a few other things we want to, again, we got a couple of big money races, I guess, coming up, and we want to be able to run those as efficiently and promote them as strongly as we can. So a lot of features here that we haven't used that other tracks are using, and a lot of tracks aren't. So hopefully it will be on the cutting edge here. That'd be nice, right?
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your support over the years and all you do to help grow the dirt track racing scene.
Well, I appreciate that. You guys got an excellent, powerful product there. And how many tracks are you using this?
Somewhere
in the U.S.
It's kind of somewhere between, I think it's somewhere between 800 and 900. But we're I don't want to tease too much, but we're working on Australia right now. So we're trying to branch over there.
Okay. And how many user driver profiles do you think you've got in your database?
I don't know how many we've had. I know in a piece of literature, I think we say there's been 100,000 drivers in our database, but there's a lot of duplicates.
Sure.
There's tracks that get confused with drivers sometimes. They don't realize the drivers that race at their track race at other tracks. So sometimes duplicates can be made. And so I wouldn't say that number is exactly accurate, but it's pretty high.
Yeah. And that's another point too, that I think is important. Everybody keep in mind is that this, when you're using My Race Pass at whatever track you go into, it's not just information at that track. This information is, shall I say, global? I mean, you can do any of this for any track. You show up at a track in the northeastern United States, if they're running My Race Pass, they know about you. You're in there.
Yeah, we have clients in 49 of the 50 states.
There you go. Yep. Okay, bud. Thank you. Do appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me on.
All right. We'll talk to you later, buddy. Thank you very much.
Have a good one, Mike.
Yep. Well, son of a gun, that was a lot of information. I hope you all got something out of that. Even if you only picked up a tiny little bit, it's all good stuff. It's all useful. So thank you all for listening. We'll see you next Thursday night. We've got young hot shoe Blaine Markgraf coming on from runs fireball class at I-37. So stay tuned for that. We'll get more information out to you. Have a good time. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. See ya.